Hello everybody, this is Purge. I'm bringing you guys a first-person gameplay commentary. I'm commentating this after the fact. This is not live, so unfortunately I can't give you everything that is the same. I played this game, I think, 2 nights ago with some of my friends that played with Minnie, who's on Infused, and Mint Chip from YouTube. You can go look her up as well if you want to see some of her Dota videos. She has a couple up. Yeah, I played this at night, pretty late. I don't know if I streamed that night. I can't remember. I think it was pretty late in the night when I played this game. It was like one quick game that I decided to play before I went to bed. And it ended up turning out pretty good, so I decided that I wanted to end up covering it. So we're going to speed up a little bit here. I don't know if this is actually working at all during the picking stage, but we're going to give us a little bit of time. I actually randomed Phantom Assassin, so it is a Phantom Assassin gameplay. Since I'm casting this from replays, things are slightly different. You can see all the enemies on the minimap if you guys are confused about that. By the way, if you guys want to watch this in-game with me, you can go in the match description, and you can look up the replay ID, and you can watch this in-game while I commentate over it. Just leave the YouTube video up on a separate tab, and then you can match up the times perfectly, and then you should be set. So I'm going to try to keep remembering to do that, but oftentimes I forget a lot, unfortunately. So I think we're just at regular speed here. Man, it's sad to see the banners on the side. It's like, oh, I was there. It was awesome. It was so awesome. Actually, I literally think I had like a two-day period where I felt generally just unhappy and shitty just because the international was so good that I was on just like a high. Not even kidding. It was pretty insane. All right, let's see if we're okay. This looks like normal speed, so everything looks beautiful. Let's look at the scoreboard. Looks like we have Focus playing the Tinker. Minchip is on Crystal Maiden. Dotado is 2009 is on Enigma. I am playing Phantom Assassin. I have this fancy ass blade. It's called Death Welder. Oh yeah, and Minnie is playing Nature's Prophet for the Dire team. Normally I don't go over this stuff, but I will. It's got a cool sword.
Very cool of you.
Spine sword. Okay. It's JT Smurf, Derp Derp, Noda, and who else? Yeah, and Dorky. Okay. So what I forgot to do is put on player's perspective, which I will now do now. Go like this. Alright, beautiful. So now I get to sit back, have a great time, and talk about Phantom Assassin. So, I'm tired as hell. Went on a 20-mile bike ride today. My butt hurts. What else is new? Am I right? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm very sore. It was a really long ride, and I took like a 3-hour nap, so I'm probably slightly groggy right now, but I will survive. So anyways, I randomed, which is awesome because then you get Quelling Blade and a Stout Shield. I also decided to buy extra regen, so I bought a Tango and a Salve on top of that. This is really good to do most of the time just because it guarantees that you're going to have a good lane. And especially as a PA, I mean, she can dive, but she isn't very good at last hitting and at harassing until you end up diving. So if they have a ranged advantage over you, you're definitely going to maybe need an extra Tango. So I like the Stout Shield, gives you a lot of survivability. Quelling Blade is excellent because you can last damage better, and her base damage is not that high, by the way. 48 there is not fantastic at all, but yeah, lots of regen. Ended up working out really nice for us. Then we're doing a Crystal Maiden PA dual lane, which is actually pretty solid. I think we have a jungler, which is going to be an Enigma. So we have a jungle Enigma with a PA Crystal Maiden. This is a pub game, actually, and I feel kind of bad because we had perfect heroes, basically. Our setup is... It's absolutely set up exactly what you need to just dominate a game. They have a lot weirder heroes, so... See how many denies I miss. It's so much weirder to watch yourself after the fact play. It's like watching somebody last hit is so different than last hitting yourself. I don't know if you guys have ever tried it before, but I promise if you guys recorded yourself doing some last hitting in a game, you would be significantly surprised. You'd be like, wow, I can't believe I missed that last hit. But it's like you're just in different mentalities most of the time, so it's very hard. I don't know what Mint was doing back there, but she's sitting kind of far back. She should probably be harassing the Windrunner right now. At the start of the first level is usually the time when you beat out the long lane soul, especially a Windrunner who can be defeated. Also, I'm level 2, so I think we were talking about actually killing her right now. I seem to remember. I checked her skill points. No, maybe not. Okay, Mint looks like Mint did a stack and a pull, which is good. I assume she did because there's 4 creep waves, so that's good. The EXP will be denied that way, and as a 1v1 lane, a PA is fine against a Windrunner at this point. She's doing a lot of right-clicking on me, but I have extra Tangos and a Stout Shield, so it's really not that bad. Yep, I think I picked up boots here, that way I could possibly dive a little faster. So, important things at the moment. I picked up a dagger at level 1 and blink at level 2. Usually, hypothetically speaking, blink is going to keep you alive if you're worried about dying, much more than dagger would. And I like maxing out Dagger first. I think that's the best build by far. If you max out Blink here, I'll select this here. If you max out Blink, it reduces the cooldown, and that's pretty much it. Now, Blink is good because it gives you a lot of attack speed, which kind of fills in the gaps that you need. And Dagger, of course, increases the slow duration as well as the damage. So I decided to go aggressive here. Enigma's coming in. Oops, I should probably move my mouse off that. He was going to try to do some body blocking, I think, but it didn't quite work out like that. And this is the part where I tried to get first blood, but it didn't happen, so Enigma picks it up. We could have coordinated that a little better, maybe if Crystal Maiden was there like a second earlier, but we still got the kill pretty easily, so we decided, well, we've got a Nature's Prophet, we have an Enigma, might as well push. So now is the part where I do a lot of auto-attacking of buildings. So, for the skill build, I like maxing out Dagger first, just giving the max slow speed. And on top of that, getting at least one evasion. Now, the reason you want to grab at least one evasion is because it gives 20% at level 1. And I've seen this before where somebody just didn't get evasion, but it's like, dude, pick up one level. Every 5 hits is going to miss you. 5 hits is massive, and I did get the last hit there, luckily. Then I blink in, she used Wind Run, so I shouldn't even bother attacking right there, so yeah, perfect. So, started attacking at the right time, looking for a kill steal, possibly, and I did get it, so... So now we've killed Windrunner twice, mostly because she was slightly overly aggressive. Basically, Phantom Assassin can dive really far, so you have to be careful. I picked up a level of evasion at level 4. That's pretty much my typical skill build. Not necessarily the best thing ever, but... And right there I was spam A-clicking on a creep so that the tower would stop hitting me, and then once again I had to do it because I made a slight mistake, so... One tree for me. It's about at this point where we say, we're all pretty low on mana. We can't really keep pushing that hard. We should probably back up. And also, if you continue pushing like this often, where you just really focus on one lane, you're losing a lot of EXP, because then you're basically tri-laning a single lane, you're splitting that EXP 3 ways, and if Enigma's also there, it makes it even worse. So I shifted my phase boots over to a hotkey that I like a little bit better. I like to put my boots on spacebar. That's my spacebar hotkey. That's kind of where I like to put those a lot. And what they ended up doing is they're actually counter pushing the tier 1. So I thought at first that like we were just going to absolutely destroy him here, but they do have a Chen, so they can actually push pretty reasonably well. She offered me tangos, so I walked back to grab one. Possibly missed a last hit, but got that one. One nice thing about daggers, it's very, very inexpensive in terms of mana. But right now, my base damage is absolutely huge. I really shouldn't miss any last hits at this point, and I can also harass the Windrunner pretty effectively. Looks like I misclicked a little bit there. It wouldn't be unreasonable at all for me to just walk up and right-click the Windrunner, and I'm going to start doing that. Alright, and she's going to use Windrun, and I could have done that much better, I think. Alright, I think, yeah, we're going to get this kill, I think. Just got my kill. No. I could have done that slightly better, I think. As soon as Crystal Maiden went aggressive, I just should have stayed aggressive. Even with Windrun on, it wasn't really worth it for me to back off. So that was a slight mistake there, but we did still get the kill. And it was pretty much at this point that I was just really happy that I brought extra regen to the lane. Because I used up every single tango, and I have really good last hits. 26 last hits is pretty reasonably good. We have a tower kill. I have a tower kill. I have a kill and 2 assists. And that's all really awesome as a PA. So this is like best case scenario for any hard carry in a lane, is if you get this much defense. So I pick up a Helm of Iron Will because I wanted a little bit extra regen. I did get a Blink Strike on that creep. I almost didn't get that last hit otherwise. But with the Helm of Iron Will, I get some armor. I also get a little bit of HP regen, and that's it's basically a Ring of Regen with some armor on top of it. It's a Chainmail and a Ring of Regen, essentially. So what I basically wanted to do with that is build into a fast Helm of the Dominator, especially because I'm doing really well and I have a lot of farm, that it's pretty okay for me to do, to just play... Oh, my mana's really low. It's really okay for me to just play kind of greedy in terms of I got phase boots, so that doesn't give me a lot of HP, gives me a lot of damage, and on top of that I also just simply have yeah, if I go fast Helm of the Dominator and phase boots, it's a lot of damage but not a lot of HP or necessarily survivability. So well, I remember this moment she said that Windrunner was over there, but I was like, the last hits, I just couldn't walk away from the last hits. And then when she power shotted, I knew that she was close, and there immediately was the time to go aggressive. And I just phase boots forward here. And perfect frostbite, and then we're gonna get this kill. Unless, of course, I get... Okay, good, I did get it. Yeah, the dagger's not bad. It does half damage to heroes, guys. 200 pure damage, half to heroes. So that was the 75 pure damage dagger. And she's died 3 times now, but she hasn't had an easy lane at all with the TP, Nature's Prophet. I mean, that kind of stuff is going to happen. Period. That's cool that they have a catapult animation now. Alright, now I finished my Helm of the Dominator. This gives me a Mask of Deaths. This is plus 20 damage that I just got out of that 2,000 gold item. And that's one of the nice things about Helm of the Dominator, is it's one of the ways... My chair is catching up my backpack. It's frustrating. Oh no, it's going through the rings. Oh god. There we go. Got it. Got it. Alright. Really nice thing about it is just that plus 20 damage this early helps you crit even harder. So I'm hitting for 100 now. That means if I crit, I hit relatively hard. And that's pretty much all of my early money. I had no idea why she blinked in there. I was really confused about that one. But I was not letting Minnie take that kill. I was like, no, this one's mine. No way. Alright, so I also used my Helm of the Dominator to take control of a neutral. You can use this every 300 seconds, and then with the neutral up, what you're supposed to do with it is stack Ancients. It gives you a creep, basically, that you can use for that task. And I was a little worried about this Ursa, but looks like Minship got the last hit. And now there's creeps everywhere, and I really didn't want to get caught, because my HP is kind of low here. So like I have a stack coming up in about 30 seconds. I remember that I missed a couple stacks, and that did actually hurt my my farm just a little bit. But at this point, the tier 2 tower is gone, and I was like, do we really need to be here? I mean, I don't have that much mana. I'm still getting that into position, and I probably shouldn't have jumped onto the... God, I'm really scared for myself here. I'm like, was this smart at all? I'm gonna phase through. Alright, I didn't get the kill, but there was a kill by it. And all these little creeps. Oh, that was myself. I was like, where did I get that from? Yes. And I missed my stack. So during that team fight, that was when I needed a stack, and obviously I was too busy, so I ended up doing that instead. No problem. So we decided we're going to continue the push here, since we're doing really well. So going to go to the high ground, right click a little bit. There's a shackle to make me scared as hell. Power shot actually did still hit. It's pretty good. At this point I think, yeah, especially the Tinker, he just needed to walk away. And Minnie's going to TP back, so at this point I was going to start jungling, I believe. My HP is still not very good. My damage is awesome. My armor is pretty sweet. My survivability is high. I've got 4 kills. I have 3 assists. We have killed 2 of their towers, one of which I got a last hit on, and I finally remembered to start stacking. So stacking is going to happen. I'm going to go kill those later. Keep in mind that as a PA, you actually have a pretty good effectiveness to kill those, just because you have lifesteal now, and you have crits. Every time that you crit, you lifesteal that extra value. So if I lifesteal for, or if I crit for 370 damage, I lifesteal 15% of that, or whatever it is. Yeah, 15% of that I get lifesteal. So it's not bad at all in terms of farm. And then this is the point where I noticed that the SK actually did have a hand of Midas, so his farm rate is not bad at all. So despite me taking a really early advantage bottom, the same thing happened top against a long lane Nature's Prophet. So they got really farmed, and I also got really farmed, relatively. My items are still not that fantastic by any means, but it's not looking bad at all. And they're pushing mid, and I'm trying to figure out... I can't really do anything about a solo, though. I could, like, throw a dagger, maybe, but I'm a little bit worried about doing much. And I'm gonna make sure to catch my stack again. Oh, God, don't miss the stack. Okay, good. Alright, 52 seconds. Bam, stacked again. So that's gonna be 3 stacks now. So a little bit of damage to the Chen as I pull the creep wave past. It's about the best thing that I can do to make sure that they don't take the tier 1 tower. I don't know what that heal was for. It looks like there's stuff happening top. Yeah, and I did just hear that Skeleton King use his ulti, so that's what I'm aiming for, I think. I remember this fight a little bit. So this is the only reason I jumped on SK right away, guys. If I knew that SK didn't have his ulti up before, I definitely would not have gone for that. Luckily, all those trees were missing, and you always want to go on squishy, guys, so it's going to be Chen that I jump on and get a crit. 2 crits in a row. This game, man. Used Wind Run, and I die. Chain Frost picks me off, so... That's funny. Yeah, we were unhappy about that when we didn't kill the Windrunner. But I had a lot of gold that I should have spent, honestly. And this is the point where I was sitting there and I was like, I really should have some items. Oh, I missed my stack by like 10 seconds there. That's really frustrating. I really should have had at least a wand. And this is when I bought a wand, I believe. I was looking at trying to figure out what to buy. I think what I bought is a wand and a claymore. There's my wand and then a claymore. So I wanted a wand because I knew that if I had a wand, I would have had some charges built up there, and maybe I would have been able to survive the chain frost and go for a kill. So it was just sloppy play that I ended up not having this stuff there. And actually, they're completely surrounded by Centaur right now. I'm surprised that they haven't killed it. Yeah, Windrunner's standing like right next to it. Did I even see that? I don't even remember seeing her. I'm really confused about that. But anyways, I'm coming to the fight. I have a claymore and I have a wand now. I'm gonna jump on the Windrunner. And then I was like, oh, that's right, I have a Centaur here. So then I changed my hotkeys and I stopped her. I was like, well, that was convenient. And now, before I go back into the team fight, I wanted to make sure that my, I did a shift Q with the Centaur there to try to get that to go, so that I got the stack off while the fight was going on. Picked off that guy. Not done yet. Cool. So I picked up a lot of kills, and I got the stack off successfully during that fight, so I was pretty happy about that. Now up to 8 kills, 1 death, and 4 assists. If you guys are wondering what I'm using the Claymore for, at this point I was kind of like, I could maybe get a Shadow Blade, that'd be kind of fun. But then I realized that PA absolutely does not need an initiation spell, or initiation item. She has no need for that. She has Blink Strike, she has Dagger, she's one of the best chasing heroes in the game. It's just absolutely not necessary. I was going for a Battle Fury, and the reason I wanted a Battle Fury was basically because I knew that the Ancient stack was going to be pretty huge. Now at this point, I don't know if I got there in time. I'm trying to stack the Ancients here. I had to send my neutral back because it almost died from my previous stack, and I'm gonna watch the map and see if it was successful. That one was actually not successful. I did not pull early enough. I needed to pull a little bit earlier. I don't believe it was, at least. So tried to get it off, but that's like two of 3 stacks that I missed. Those are like I kind of compare that to playing StarCraft a lot, like build inefficiencies where you just make some slight mistakes, and that's one of them, because once I do go to kill those Ancients, like, there's going to be a lot of them, and there could be more. There could be like 1 or 2 more Ancients piled up there, and that would give me slightly more gold and slightly more EXP. Now, if you look at my skill build right now, you might be confused. I'm level 12 currently, and I only have 1 level of the evasion. Now, the reason that I did this is basically I hadn't bought any HP items pretty much the entire early game, excluding my wand, of course. So I picked up a stat level for the fact that I knew that my HP is really low, and the evasion is nice, but they have kind of a lot of nukes, especially with Lich and Windrunner and everything. So they have kind of a lot of nukes, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. I wanted a better chance to survive, so I picked up stats instead. We'll see if my stack works this time. I don't even know if my stack worked this time. I can't go look. I might be pulling slightly too late. I'm not quite sure. But anyways, I'm initiating here. I jumped in, and then there was a tombstone, and I was like, oh god. So luckily there was a heal. I popped a wand, did a blink strike. And that was basically a big misplay from me right there. Completely. I messed up really bad there. I got my team killed. I basically blinked in just to try to attack the tombstone. What I tried to do is blink strike into the Undying and then use the attack speed to kill a tombstone, but it doesn't work like that. The attack speed only works for the target that you're attacking. So essentially I initiated in and got my team killed because I got out of position, I got chain slowed, and that was really bad for us. So we're going to lose towers as a result. So pretty big mess up from me there. That was probably the worst mistake that I made this game, I think. So now I was just checking stuff. Another reason that, by the way, that was an animation canceled, by the way. The reason I picked up the Claymore before grabbing the Perseverance is basically just because the damage is better on a Claymore. You can get plus 10 damage from Perseverance, but I don't really need the mana regen that bad. As you can tell, except for like the very beginning of the game, I haven't really been out of mana. So it's not really that worth it to get a Perseverance super quickly. So at this point, I think, I sold Quelling Blade, and now I pick up the Perseverance, and now I'm a mere 1,200 gold away from finishing Battle Fury, which is pretty solid, so. My farm rate is really good at this point. It's not amazing, I haven't spent the whole game farming, but I have been team fighting a lot. Now we're going to jump on the Skeleton King. Okay, so they are TP supporting. That's exactly what happened. Trying to kill this guy, he did some nice juking here, and he used Phase Boots at the right time as well. And I'm going to blink in and get him down to one last hit. Now all the TPs, and this is the part where you have to run basically. It's where stuff gets crappy. Nature's Prophet died pretty early there. And I think I'm going to fight. It looks like. I just got stunned for 2. Oh, that was such a good black hole. And then I crit twice on Windrunner. Oh, I don't remember that. Man, those stuns are so frustrating. But phase boots, yes. Oh god, he almost killed me. That was really close. Now I wanted to jump in on this, and then he was like stun. And he was like stun, and I didn't get it. That was my rampage. That was my freaking rampage. Thought I was worried about dying to centaurs, but then I'm okay. No problem. So yeah, even though I'm pretty highly leveled here, I still don't have very good HP at all. A lot of, I think, pro players, I think when I saw Navi play Phantom Assassin during the International, they actually went Vanguard first on her, just because her HP is pretty low. So I picked up the Centaurs for some extra money. This whole time I haven't been stacking, by the way, which is a mistake. And then I find a Windrunner. Oh god, the crits. Holy crap, they are TPing. I don't remember how this team fight works at all. Chain Frost, oh god. I ran after Mini way too long there. That was partially my fuck. But I got a Battle Fury now. I was gonna blink to him. Oh, nice. Oh, that mech. And I was like, screw it. I have a Battle Fury. Let's do it. They were like, why did you go back in? And I was like, I have Battle Fury. I had a Battle Fury and like 60% health. And Chen was low, but he popped the mech as I went in. So, and then Lich nuked me and he used Decay and I pretty much just died. So I missed the stack again. There's only one. God, there's only like 3 stacks there. That's so bad. I missed so many stacks, I think. And also, I just figured this out by watching this. The ulti got completely sucked up by the vision. So if you're stacking in the future, guys, make sure you don't leave your centaur within vision like I did there. That was pretty silly. He tried denying, but I think he missed it. Excuse me. Can they kill the Skeleton King? Let's see where he juked. Okay, that's cool. He did that smart. So what he did was he waited until he was around the corner, he turned on his armlet, and then started the TP. 51. I should be doing that at 51 and not 52. I'm a second too late, and I think that really did mess up a lot of my stacks, or a lot of my spawns before. Let's see if this one works. I just don't know if that one worked, to be honest. We'll find out as my screen moves out. But I just finally decided to get the kills. Yeah, I don't think I stacked that. Wow, that was like the most pathetic stacking I've ever seen in my entire life. That was really bad. So I didn't realize this the first time, but basically my stacking was always off by 1 second, so I didn't stack those Ancients. I basically stacked those 3 times over the last like 5 to 10 minutes, and I thought I was being really Gosu by doing that, but I did a terrible job, so ugh, that was bad. That was really bad stacking. I could have just killed the damn thing 3 times and it would have been more efficient, so yeah, don't fuck it up that bad. Like, I could have had like 15 minutes of stacking going on, basically, and I didn't, so sad day. Anyways, either way, I have a Battle Fury, I'm level 16, my ulti is maxed out, my evasion is still level 1, so I'm losing about 15% evasion here in exchange for 3 stat levels, which is, what, 6, it's about 80 HP, which is not a huge amount, but I think at some point I do start picking up the evasion, but I wasn't too concerned about it, essentially just because of the fact that they were a lot of magic damage, so. Now, if I was playing this game 100% serious, I would definitely have a BKB on the way now. I dare say I would have even skipped a Battle Fury and gone BKB first, possibly. Battle Fury is a little bit more of a noob common build, but it's not bad by any means, but... Oh, yes. I remember this fight. It was good. God, I love black holes. When you're a carry, black holes are just so good. Just trying to catch up. Oh, I almost threw the dagger, but he went invis. Then we see an Undying. That was a soul rip. Make sure to blink strike where you're in a bad situation and running away. This looks bad for Enigma, yeah. His pathing was not quite the best there. I maybe could have tried to keep him alive a little bit longer. I missed my stack again with my Centaur. Man, I'm embarrassed about how bad that stacking was now. It was bad. I wonder what my GPM is at. Let's see. GPM last hits. I am not even at close to the top. I'm at 93. I've been doing a lot more ganking than anything else. So my farming is not really that great this time. My EXP per minute is huge, 662. My GPM is 494, which is really good. Undying is way up there. Undying, I believe, actually has a Hand of Midas, so that's why. Yeah, Undying had a Hand of Midas. SK also had a Hand of Midas. So that's why they have such huge numbers. Anyways, team fight going on bot. We knew they were in Roshan, and look what I get. That's a double damage. I just picked up a Demon Edge, by the way. So it was a great tombstone place. Very, very smart by him.
It is an honor to be chosen for battle. You will not see beyond the phantom vision.
That's a 1500 crit. I mean, that's pretty good. Oh, man. Everybody's typing LOL at this point. And then they're like, oh, finish Roshan, finish Roshan. Oh, man, I remember that. That was so good. That was the triple crit, if you guys didn't notice. I think the DD actually did run out right before the end of it there. Which is why my crits went from 1500 to 1k, but... Man, we were laughing so hard after that happened. It was just like I had a DD in a team fight and everything went perfect and they couldn't kill me and then I 3-crit Roshan. I mean, if you guys don't know probability very much, the chances of that happening, you take the percent chance and multiply it by itself until you're out of however many tries you did. So I got, it's 15% of 15% of 15%, which I'm actually going to pull up the calculator. I'm going to do that right now. Dare I say on stream or on camera? Alright, here's a calculator, you guys can see this. So we're going to do 1.5 times 1.5 times 1.5. So this is the percent chance of 3 crits in a row happening. This is every 3 times out of 1,000, is that correct? That might be wrong. It's basically 1, 2, that's 0.3%. 0.3%. So I think it's 3 times out of 1,000. That will happen. So if you take any three hits 3 times out of 1,000, that'll happen basically. It's super low probability of happening. Now I still don't have MKB. I have the items coming to me, I think, and I was still able to kill the Windrunner, but I have so many kills at this point, 17, 2, and 9. Just an insane amount of farm. Not insane maybe, but my gold per minute is really high for sure. My last hitting wasn't as much. Like I just have shitloads of kills basically. You don't get as much farm doing this as an anti-mage. I wanted to dive because May was like, dive, go dive. So I was really looking for a Blink Strike since I have Aegis. And I did pick up more levels of Blur finally, by the way. I was like, alright, I have enough HP. I've got Aegis. I'm just going to get the evasion up. So I was like, going to dive. I really wanted to crit him. Okay, I did kill him. And then I wasn't done yet. I was like, you know what? Let's jump on the tankiest person on their entire team. This is really smart, right? And it wasn't, but it's okay. I didn't even see many TP in actually, so I decided to back up and leave him, which was mean. I don't remember if he survived this. He sounds dead. Yes, I got him killed. That was my fault. But now that I have MKB, I can go through Windrunner pretty easily. Oh, I remember that shackle. That was funny. So it flew towards me and then it went backwards. It was pretty cool. And I'm not gonna let Windrunner live, of course. Why would I? And we'll take a Rex, so. This point, pretty insanely farmed. 25-minute MKB Battle Fury with a Helm of the Dominator. Oh, God, I remember that. I just needed, like, one more hit. I'm actually not critting that much right now. There's a crit. Oh, I forgot about that. I didn't quite feel safe about diving. Oops, I should have just blinked on the, Oh, those crits, man. We almost got him. Yeah, he's gonna live. And then Tinker's gonna die. It's funny. I was like, I'll take a free tombstone kill. Run free. So yeah, always blink strike to your allies if you can. if you're in a bad situation, it's good. Now, about this part, I was kind of like, you know what, I'm doing good, but I don't have, like, crap loads of HP. He used his Frost Nova, so I wasn't too worried about jumping in.
Assassination is nature's way.
I think I blinked right on top of him right there, by the way. And I finally get picked off, so... I didn't get any crits at all, which was frustrating. I don't know what items he has. I think this is the part where I checked, and he's actually... I don't know why I can't click on him. He's got a Vanguard Chainmail and a Plate Mail. He's almost got an AC. He's got Vanguard AC, basically. Pretty smart choice against APA. Probably would be smarter to see a lot of Ghost Scepters out of their team, because if they use Ghost Scepters, I can't hit them at all. It's just not possible. So, Ghost Scepters would be smart. Well, I'm at least 4 seconds where I can't kill them. Did I change my perspective or something? Okay, I'm back on my perspective now. I was on Undying there, I think. So now I'm just kind of waiting around. We can do some item checks, see what everybody has if you guys are curious. It's Enigma, Nature's Prophet. Minion went Dagon. And Mint has a Phase Boots Bracer with a Force Staff, I believe. So... at this point, I'm like, God, I wish I wasn't dead for another 30 seconds. But I kind of had a big killing spree. I think that was a godlike. Yeah, it was a godlike spree. I have like 20 kills, I think. So, understandable. And now he's getting ganked by Chen. Luckily, it's only a shitty Wildcan. That helps. Oh, well, I still might get this kill. Those heals, man. Okay, good. They did still get the kill. That's when he force-stabbed him. And I'm still dead. Alright, thank God. Alright, so what I wanted to do here, I'm going to go Satanic next. I wish I was in that team fight the whole time. I was like, wow, they're kind of struggling. Why aren't we just winning the team fight? That's because I wasn't there, of course, with tons of farm. But I wanted to pick up a Satanic. That's the natural progression of a Helm of the Dominator. It's basically a Helm of the Dominator plus a lot of strength. And I knew Tinker was dead. I was like, that Tinker is so dead. And there's my reverb by... yes, okay. And they're like, Purge, are you coming? I was like, yeah, I'm coming. I just wanted to get some HP.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And I basically said, like, screw it, I'm gonna kill at SK. He did some nice juking there, but luckily I had Phase Boots, so I can just walk in and hit him. Give me some crits. This guy was really tanky at this point. And then I crit for 1300, and it works out. No problem. Add some kills to the list. So I'm only about 150 away from Satanic, and there we go. That'll be enough money for it. So, if you guys haven't used Satanic very much, it's a really cool item. What it basically does is... it gives you, I think, 25% lifesteal natural, so nothing else lifesteals that hard in the game. Other than, I think Skeleton King's passive, which is 20, I believe, something like that. Might be wrong, I can check. Come on, Skeleton King, select your hero. Damn it, Skeleton King. I suppose you can't right now. I'll check later. Pretty sure it's 20%. Anyways, lots of passive lifesteal. Gives you a lot of HP because there's a lot of strength in there, and when you activate it, it gives you, I think, like 100% lifesteal or something, 200%, something ridiculous. So that basically means anytime I hit, I lifesteal for full. And what you can basically see people doing is 2-hit lifestealing back up to full. It's 175% for 3.5 seconds. So pretty decent item choice. Downside, now if I was playing super serious, I would just BKB immediately. Because I was already having a little bit of trouble with a hero like Skeleton King. Basically every time I jump in, he just stuns me, and then 2 seconds of stun, plus like 2 seconds of slow. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I almost jumped on him there, but he stunned me. Either way, my HP is decent though. I should definitely jump on the squishy ones, which is Chen or Windrunner or Lich. Those are definitely the easiest ones to kill. $35-second cooldown on that, by the way. I guess Enigma decided to go counter push. There's a wind run, and yeah, easy kill there. And we're gonna back off for just a little bit here. Kind of wanted to save the Prophet. Looked like he was about to be initiated on. I think this is where I decide to fight. The heals were just ridiculous there. And the burst damage. Like, I died super fast. I assume that was a Holy Persuasion.
Is under attack.
Yeah, level 4 Holy or Penitence, plus Test of Faith, plus all these other nukes. That's why I died there. So basically what happened was, I didn't have Magic Immunity, so just showing the weakness in the item build, basically. That's all that pretty much did. If I had a BKB, would have won that team fight easy. I would not have been nuked. I could have just jumped in on somebody and initiated. I mean, MKB and Battle Fury is plenty of damage. It's not like my lifesteal is bad with the Satanic, but Magic Immunity much better than the extra lifesteal. Because obviously I popped Satanic, but I just died so fast. I didn't even get hits in, so it's okay. I was dicking around though, right? Gives me like 4 deaths now, 3 deaths, something like that. And if you just notice there, Skeleton King actually does have a Heaven's Halberd, and it is, oh god, it's 30%. Ugh, I didn't realize. I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. 15 to 30. Yeah, that's really sick lifesteal. Anyways, Heaven's Halberd, pretty good choice. It doesn't give SK the evasion against me, but he can use this offensively, and this is something I didn't actually notice for a while when he was using this on me in team fights, but you can use it on opponents to disarm them. So on melee targets it lasts for 3 seconds. So in team fights, he can cast that on me for 100 mana, and then I can't attack for 3 seconds. And this once again covers the Magic Immunity problem. If I don't have Magic Immunity, whenever he wants to, he can just use this in team fights. And you'll see this come up later, where I would jump on people and pop Satanic and be like, lifesteal time! And then I would not have lifesteal, and it would be frustrating. So I think, I don't remember what I bought at this point. I was like, alright, Basher time. So I summon my wand and pick up TP scrolls and a Belt of Giant Strength, because I wanted to have a possible Basher pickup in a bit. He's got a Dagon 2 with the Force Staff, and I'm going to sprint to Roshan so that I can take it. Dagon 3. And Minchimp is farming. She's got a Ghost Scepter now, which is good. Make sure you dagger before you blink, because the blink can be disabled by the Lincoln Sphere that Roshan has. God, I crit so much here. And then I drop my TP scrolls, give them to Mini, I think. And then we go to fight some more. Who needs a BKB when you're level 25 and you have Aegis? No problem. Man, I'm still embarrassed about that shitty pulling or stacking that I did. So worst stacking ever. So now it's nighttime. I'm trying to just hide. Don't necessarily want them to see where I am. So I'm trying to figure out who I want to initiate on. Observer wards on the high ground do help a lot against that. So this is the part where I was like, alright, he's enough out of position where I want to go in. And he has a blade mail, so then I'm like, okay. Definitely not going to initiate on that one. Blink away, pull the Chain Frost back to everybody, and then I decide to fight. I popped Satanic there, but I think he actually did use Halberd. So, and then I actually thought I was dead, and then I mismicroed for just a little bit here. But then the fight will start again. Alright, there's one kill. Kind of in a weird position here. Oops, I saw the Lich. Lich is dead. Ah, yes. Black holes, man. Black holes are good. More double crits. And they call a good game. I don't remember if this is actually the end of the game. I think it was. I want to kill towers. So yeah, that's Phantom Assassin. She does a lot of damage. You have to rely on her crits a little bit. Make sure you get a BKB, as was demonstrated by this game. I died a lot more than I needed to. If I just would have gotten a BKB, I would have been absolutely fine. So I bought a Basher, and then I bought a Ghost Scepter because I wanted to dive. So I popped the Ghost Scepter, which is wonderful, and then the game's over. So, yep. That's Phantom Assassin. I could have played slightly better. A few mistakes here or there. That one time I dove in back top after I got my Battle Fury, I was really hopeful of having crits, and it didn't happen. And, I should have been more careful with my Aegis, and I should have gotten a BKB. If I was really playing serious, I definitely would have gotten a BKB. So my GPM was 665, and my XP per minute was 906, which is insanely high. So it could have been higher. If I did actually stack the Ancients correctly, maybe could have gotten that a little closer to 1,000, but more than frickin' 3 stacks. It's so embarrassingly bad. Should have been like 5 or 6 stacks. Could have doubled the gold and EXP I got there, but it's okay. 27 kills. That's a PA game. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.